You think people are really gonna watch this?
They ain't got nothing else to do.
Right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she want us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready? What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and I am here with...
Your girl's so fab. Hey, y'all.
And this is Coach Ken Blocker on WOLD. We are old. Today we're going to be talking about Shakespearean sonnets. Brought to you by Yoo-Hoo. Remember Yoo-Hoo?
Yeah, I've never had one. Is it
Neither
good?
have I. No.
Oh, I was gonna say, was it good?
Mm-mm.
Y'all ever had Yoo-Hoo?
This is your man, Coach Block on WOLD. We are old.
How y'all doing?
How's everyone's?
What is it? Wednesday? Yeah.
Oh man, that was depressing. I'm like praying it was Thursday. Like couldn't even get the words out. Oh, nope, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Terrible.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone is having a good day.
Yeah,
we're almost there, y'all. Next week is the holiday. When do you get off?
Tuesday's my last day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's not for me, but hey.
Tuesday's my last day, then we're back that Monday.
Ah, okay. All right.
But I'm thinking about using that Monday and ease into it on a Tuesday.
Didn't you get a letter in your mailbox?
We all did. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because, when you come back from vacations and things like that, them kids be on 10, son. It's like, let me get that Tuesday so that they can get in trouble.
For whatever reason, Monday, people come in hot. Like, relax. Just relax.
I don't understand how these kids
come
come in hot at 7 o'clock in the morning. It'd be 7 o'clock in the morning and they come in with, bitch, I'll slap you. Bad edges.
No haircuts.
No. Man, I'm so tired of these boys. When I pray that waves come back, because these boys in these so-called haircuts, terrible. But once again, I won't get into that because then I'll be called you a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm just saying there used to be a time when it was a rites of passage where men took their sons to the barbershop for their first cut. Now you hear, you better not cut his hair. You better not. Then you turn over and look at him, and it's like his hair looks like pubic ball hair.
All right. Okay.
Cut your hair.
Okay.
The hell? I'm so tired of these boys looking crazy. His hair. What? He ain't getting no job looking like this. And if he do, he gonna be cleaning somebody's bathroom because ain't nobody hiring him with that shit. He better be a good athlete. And most of them ain't. And that is WOLD.
Say, did you need to get that off your spirit? My God.
I see it every day and I hate it. I hate it every single day. I hate it. I hate it. I'll tell every parent who got their kid looking like, there are some kids that you can see got the shape up with the curl, but most of them boys don't be brushing their hair. They don't do nothing. They just wake up and roll. And it used to be a time when, you used to care about your braid, not your braids, but like your waves and everything. Make sure your shape up is right. These cats,
they would be brushing their hair a million times.
I'd rather see them brushing their hair a million times than what we see right now, because this is nuts. But they do it for the girls. You tell them boys to cut their hair, the first thing they say is, I don't want to be bald because the girls will laugh at me. I'm like, but look at her edges. She literally is trying to glue her edges to the side of her head. And you're worried about her laughing at you. And it be like that too. That literally was sad. I'm like, let me get this straight. her. And then the camera's like, yeah, they be clowning me. With them edges that she got on and that ponytail that just ain't ponytailing, you gonna get mad and let her talk crazy about you because you decide to get your hair cut. Man, y'all be hating. No, y'all be nappy.
Shut up.
So what we got going on today?
So today is Healing Wednesdays. We have Verna Spencer and our local therapist that we're actually borrowing from Ken. James is going to be in the building as well.
Right.
Because we are going to be talking about how to deal with your family during the holidays, as well as grieving, because we do know that some people are grieving, so holidays aren't quite the same. And then we know that some people don't have the joyous, holiday setting that is sometimes being shown on Instagram, and you just have to prepare for that deep sigh before you go home or you go to whomever's house for Thanksgiving. So we're going to talk about all of that and how you can protect yourself, how you can protect, your mental spirit, everything like that before you head out the door to whomever's house.
So I got something for That's Fucked Up. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday before I left. That's fucked up. So here's my question. Who has the nastier bathroom, men or women, in your opinion? Because I've never been in a woman's bathroom actively. Like, so I've had jobs where you had to go in and clean the bathroom or something like that. And, when you go in there, you're like, oh, man, y'all wild. Like, it's totally different than men. Like, sometimes every now and again, you get men that got a little pee on the front of the seat, like, or the commode, like on the floor, because they done dripped on right there on the floor. You're like, come on, bruh. So you got that. But overall, not too bad. So in your opinion, who do you think has a worse bathroom?
I mean, not to say that I frequent male bathrooms. I've only done emergency situations when the lines were too long. But I do know that women are absolutely gross when it comes to the bathroom, because you're sitting on the toilet, you are dealing with a lot of bodily fluids, and you guys know what I mean. And then it can just be gross sometimes.
Yeah.
However, typically places where I frequent, they keep the bathroom pretty, decent. But I know women are disgusting.
Yeah. So let me tell you about what happened in the bathroom yesterday. I go in the bathroom and, I go past the stall, and, it was one of the ones where it's like, yeah, damn. So you figure, let me flush that because it bangs in here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
What?
You actually flush?
No, I didn't touch it.
Okay.
So you go past the bathroom and then you look, and somebody left a pile of doo-doo in the bathroom. And I mean, it was a lot, to the point where you're like, damn. But then after I said damn, I was like, damn, hey, because I noticed something. There was no toilet paper in that that toilet.
Disgusting.
So it was just pure doo with no toilet paper.
And you got up and put your pants on
and walked out. So if you didn't wipe your behind, you didn't wash your hands.
And you got itchy ass.
And now you out here squirming around, because that's nasty.
It is. That's disgusting.
Like I said, and it caught me off guard. I'm like, ugh. Wait. There's no tissue in there.
And then, do people not pay attention when they go to sit down? Like, I always make sure before I use the restroom that there's toilet paper in there.
No, there was toilet paper in there to be used. You chose not to use the toilet paper.
Wait. So there actually, literally was toilet paper in the stall?
Yes.
But there was none in the toilet?
No.
Ew, what the hell is wrong with you? This whole time I was thinking that there was no toilet paper in the stall.
No, this was a choice of not wiping your behind. Crazy work. So you out here with a whole chocolate booty. You chose not to wipe your behind.
That person is a serial killer. I'm convinced.
Disgusting. I don't understand nothing like that. That level of nasty is crazy to me. So you just went there, pulled down your pants, blap, blip, 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 blap. All right, I'm out. Whoa, what the hell?
That person is a psychopath.
No
Psycho.
toilet
There's no way.
paper. So it wasn't even
Ain't no
like on some on the side, like it dropped off. None, no toilet paper. So you walk past the stall, dookie in the toilet, no toilet paper.
This
But there's
whole
toilet
time.
paper to be used. You chose not to use it.
Toilet paper.
Hmm?
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
You said toilet paper.
I didn't. Run the tapes back.
But this whole time, I literally thought that you were saying that there wasn't any in the stall.
Nah, there was toilet paper in the stall to be used, but none in the toilet used.
That's disgusting.
So it was just straight do.
No. You have
So
to
that
have some
means
sort of
you made a
illness.
choice not to wipe your
Yes.
ace.
Yes, that is an illness right there.
That is different level nasty right there. Then you went outside like that.
And you've probably touched everything.
I know. Well, if you didn't wipe your butt, you didn't wash your hands. So everything is nasty. Everything. That's crazy. And it made me mad enough to where it lasted 24 hours because I am mentioning it now today. Because why did you not wipe your ass, sir?
Right.
Why did you not do that? That is disgusting. So that's my that's fucked up.
Birthdays?
Yeah. After talking about not wiping your booty, let's talk about some birthdays. Let's see what I got here. I have Bill Cree, happy birthday. Gray Dennis, happy birthday. Andre Polite, happy birthday. Luis Sosa, happy birthday. And a friend of the family, Don Nicholas, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to y'all.
And whoop.
Y'all ready? Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Well, you look good. You look fine. We hope you have a good time. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you. Yeah.
And as the saying goes, continue to live your life in a way that makes every day worth celebrating from the Sibs. Before we get into entertainment news, real quick, I just wanted to say, do I need to post that I'm going to go on a rant on a regular basis so that y'all can start the show off with us instead of easing into this thing? Because whenever I post I'm about to have a rant, y'all show up. And I got plenty to rant about. I just have been chilling. You know why I've been chilling? Because I'm focused on us taking TDS to the next level, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like ranting is not in there right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I got one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I found out that the guy who we were talking about last time, one of you ran it back and told him, right? But I got something better than anything else. And this is an open door for you and I to have a conversation face to face, man to man, with or without cameras. I'll give you that much. And if that conversation ends with an apology, I'll leave you alone. If not, I'm going to drag your ass every opportunity I get.
Yikes.
Now, we can have a conversation man to man. Nothing else will ever be said. I'll leave it alone. But that conversation has to end with an apology, setting the terms and the conditions. But if that conversation cannot end with a conversation or without an apology, I'm going to drag your ass every opportunity I get. And I'm holding a drag right now because one of the knocks was, one of the posts was when I was coaching can't beat the big teams. Can't do it. You just can't do it. Okay. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. But what I will say is, sir, you know who I'm talking to. You lost every last game that you against a winning opponent. Now the big man in me says, let's let bygones be bygones. Let's dead it. Because it's about the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to apologize. And you're not going to do it because your soul won't allow it.
Yikes.
But this is me extending the olive branch.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to put the conversation on social media. Not important enough to do that. But me and you can have a conversation, and then let's talk about the issues, shake hands, and walk away. That's my offer. But if it does not happen, all bets are off.
Well, let me ask you this.
Wait, somebody said, okay, hold on. Who is it Shines 1952? Happy birthday, Angelic Jones, Clayton, North Carolina.
Oh my goodness. Happy birthday, baby. I'm sorry.
And then somebody said, I agree. Men should have better bathroom manners. Courtesy flush as soon as you poop so there's no strong stink. Flush after you go away, and always wash your hands after you use the bathroom.
Please.
And then happy birthday to the Scorpios today, because today is my birthday. That's Big Ace Productions. Happy birthday. God bless you and keep rocking on your show. I appreciate y'all. And we appreciate you. I just, when people do that, and you're like, man, I started the show talking about shit. Ouch.
Well, no, that's fucked up.
Yeah, because you left the bathroom nasty, man. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And then you did it without toilet paper in the toilet. And there was toilet paper to be used.
And that fucking stinks.
I just can't get over it. Like, it stuck with me, man. Because that means that somebody sat there, you sat there, pulled your pants down, defecated, got up, walked out, and then engaged with world as if you didn't do that nasty stuff.
And then people wonder why they're sick and things like that, because people don't wash their hands.
I don't like it. But happy birthday, Big Ace Productions, and happy birthday, C. Hines 1952.
That's Constance.
Oh, is it Constance?
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday, Constance. Duh.
No. She was saying Angelica's birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Angelica Jones of Clayton, North Carolina. Blah, 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 blah.
That's Constance. I think you're in December, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, y'all. Sorry about that. Sorry, I'm like, C. Hines. Like, what's up, Constance? My bad. I don't be knowing people's screen names. It's okay. All right. So then you were about to say, when I was mentioning the
So I was going to say, with you and, this other person, if you were him, would you actually go ahead and do it? Or would you just be like, nah, I'm just going to move on?
I would. You know why? Because as much as you want to ignore it, I am a part of the school's history, because you have to beat me. And for me as a coach, or me as a competitor, I can't consider myself quality until I beat the best, or at least compete with the best. But until you do that, you have to give respect where respect is due. And right now, the respect is, I have a better coaching record than you. Now,
in a shorter amount of time.
A shorter amount of time. Yes, I won 17 games in 3 seasons, and he has not eclipsed that, and he has 5 seasons under his belt.
And he's also coach of the year.
So, all I'm saying is, let's talk and squash it. I'm willing to squash it.
Do you really want to squash it?
Only reason why I want to squash it is because my guys are still, I think it'll cause them to have more chill about participating at their school. Like, so they looking at me like I rap with Coach. So if he ain't rocking with you, I ain't rocking with you. And it's like, but this is y'all school. I don't want y'all to feel like that towards y'all school. This is y'all school. Like, I'm not alumni to the school. So they shouldn't feel that way. But they're only gonna move if they feel as though their loyalty lines is with me. So then if I'm like, nah, I'm cool, then they're like, then we ain't cool either. And I don't want that for them. They should be able to enjoy that and not have that animosity between two adults, even though they're adults now themselves. But I do think it'll clear the air because I don't have any personal problem. My problem with you is you. Oh, where?
Over there.
Oh, my problems with you is that you actually, talk stuff on me. It said I had to keep the bathroom clean at the restaurants, and that shit happens. Nasty D, like nasty. It is nasty. And thanks for the birthday shout out. No problem at all for the birthday shout outs, man. Thank you for watching
and participating. And I mean, this is one of the things where I do have to say this is your karma because I do remember you showing us the DMs and all stuff like that where he just would not stop and kept going and kept going and kept going, and this is now the bed that you made and you have to lie in it and now you look silly.
But but one thing that I'm trying to do is, as men, let's talk about it and then let's move on. Now, that doesn't mean we have to like each other, but for the common good, let's just leave it alone. But you started it, and because you started it, I'm going to give you an opportunity to right the wrong because now you sat in my seat. So now our conversation should be a little bit different because you now understand what it is to sit in that seat and go through the stuff that I went through.
Absolutely.
Now I'll give you the opportunity to say, man, you know what? I was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. All right, man, cool, bet. I'll leave you alone. But if you can't find yourself to do that, then off with your head because I'm giving you the out. The out is let's dead this. You know what I'm saying? And now if you don't want to take that out, then your worst critic is sitting in your community with I'm casting a shadow over you so big it's not even funny. Because you have to beat me. You cannot do it. So just kill it. Just kill it. Because I'm sitting behind watching you like.
I mean, it's always going to be the simple fact that you couldn't beat his record within the same amount of time. So that's
already in the books.
Yeah, that's a wash.
But you still haven't eclipsed being able to get the amount of wins that I've had even in a season. So you are 6-5. My best record is 8-4. So
I would have to think on that because if I know that someone was consistently and constantly heckling me, and then I'm watching their karma happen live and in action, I honestly don't know if I would. I think I'm too petty. I don't even know if I want to have an open and honest conversation because I'm like,
Well, see. I think for me, the reason why I want to do it is because it may be selfish enough, and maybe if James was here, he would say it. I think it's also a part of me healing. You know what I'm saying? Because now I know it. You're a sucker. You're a sucker on that tip because you know what you did. Like you know what you did wrong. So now just go ahead and apologize, and let's go ahead and move on from that. Because how's it feel to try to beat me? Can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. Some people may feel a certain way. I don't know. The way I feel like is this: men right now need to start being more men, and let's sit down and talk. And then now, once we sit down and talk, if we can walk away from that situation with you saying, "Man, I'm my bad, man. I apologize." Now leave you alone. It's just that simple. If not, I'm going to be 50 Cent forever. He is my Ja Rule.
Love how 50 Cent moves. I'm here for it.
He's my Ja Rule. Like, and so at some point in time, do I want to stop? Like sometimes I look at 50 Cent, like let it go. But if you don't want to, if you want to be that way, then I'll start finding more creative ways to just keep myself in your frontal lobe of your mind. Because there's one thing that there's one thing that I want to see if they would be petty enough to do if I brought it to their attention. My logo still is at that school. You have to find it. They changed the logos everywhere on that school once I left. But there's still a few places where my logo still stands. And you would have to call a crew of people to change where it's at.
The thingy, right? The mural?
Nah, not the mural. Nah, the mural, that's not even our official logo. That's just the work that Sean did, which was great. But in the parking lot and in front of the school, on the poles, if you look straight up, all the poles are still me. Because one of the things that one of the principals did before he left was put the flags up there for our team, for our school. So you would have to actually call some people from the county to come take those down. Now, y'all willing to go that far? Because that's going to cost to do that. So that's neither here nor there. I just want to be able to say, I'm looking for men and myself to be able to start squashing some beef, and let's do some positive things so that these young men can see it and start to learn how they need to handle squirrels versus thinking that they need to argue, fuss, and fight all the time. Like emotional, I don't want to say women, but like emotional little girls, right? Like everybody looks like teenage girls in high school now. It's like, ugh, everybody's crying. I had a kid, this is no lie, come to the office. He went to the front office. And I got a call, hey man, can he come sit in your room? Well, why does he need to sit in my room? He's not in trouble. Well, he can't be in the same class as his girlfriend and they just broke up and da 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 da. And he came in the room with the
What?
I said, now hold on now. Come on, man. We got to get this together. Because you got a school day that you got to get through. Now, I'm not telling you can't hurt, because it does hurt. I get that. It does hurt. But hey, man, they're not going to change your classes because of this. What?
I was gonna say there is nothing worse than having to work or be bothered with people when your heart is broke.
Yo, he just couldn't do it. My man could not go to class. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm like, yo,
Don't let her see you cry, baby.
Together. She's in that room.
Don't let her see you cry.
I said, all right, man, here's what we got to do. We gotta get our shit together. ASAP. I didn't say shit when I said we gotta get our stuff together. ASAP.
Yeah.
Because the longer you're out of the class, the more it looks like it hurts you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know it hurts you, but there's business that needs to be done. You need to be in class and you don't need to be in this room because you didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, right. I understand. Are you kidding me right now?
Let them get it out. But like you said, you got to go back to the classroom and act like it didn't faze you. But once you go home, feel free to fall apart, but don't do it.
I mean, I understand when your girlfriend leaves you in high school, it rocks your world. I understand that. I get it. But there's a certain level of, hey, I got to keep it cool, baby.
Yeah.
I can't let you see me sweat.
That's what I'm saying. When you go home, fall apart, but not right now. You got to keep it together.
Right. So we need young boys to be young boys and understand how to deal with their emotions. And the only way they can do that is if they see and follow the guys that are in front of them. And I need my guys to see that at some point in time, you got to let things go. Now, you give people the out. If they don't want to take the out, then now that's on you. And then believe me and understand, please understand, you are going to wish that you took that out. And that's all I got to say about that. So let's talk about some entertainment news.
All right, let's get to it.
Entertainment news with So Fab Kim.
All right. So let's start off with Netflix. So we talked about it yesterday about how Mike Tyson was given an offer because he decided to show his cheeks on the streaming platform. But now everyone is kind of still in their bag about how Netflix had so many issues when it came to streaming and the buffering and all of that. So much so that one guy in particular decided to file a lawsuit. And he said that essentially he felt like the frustration from the fans now turned into a legal action as one Florida resident, now his name is Ronald Denton, he filed a lawsuit against the streaming giant for alleged breach of contract. He felt as though they should have been able to, have a fight of this magnitude to where it did not have to have such significant issues throughout the entire broadcast. Because he said, sometimes, as you said, sometimes you were able to watch it, then it would start buffering. You were able to watch again, then it would buffer, especially for people who were trying to watch live instead of those who were on the delayed broadcast. So he essentially is seeking money from Netflix because he's like, I did not appreciate any of that craziness that it was happening. My thing is, do you feel like he has a case?
I mean, it all depends on what we have signed. I've never read our Netflix contract, but if there's something in there that, that justifies his claim, then he might get a small settlement. He ain't gonna get nothing big.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Because what did it impact in your life? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
The contract may have been breached, but did it impact you in any way? So, people always trying to find a way to get paid. That's why everybody's scared to do shit, because they're scared to get sued. So then now you do something and then you get sued, and it's like, come on. But
you have niggas who don't do anything that aren't afraid to get sued.
Right. And so I think this is trash, though. The most streamed global sporting event ever. And the reason why I think it's trash is because not too many events get streamed in the first place. Like, wording is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
I don't know too many sporting events that get streamed on that capacity. You're watching it on a network, and so then you either get it or you don't. But streaming, it's like this is new territory with this. So of course it was the most streamed global sporting event ever, like, of the year. But I promise you, I don't think he's going to get too many more of those. I don't think people are going to tune in to do that again.
Yeah, no, which is making me, I mean, I guess I get it. Like you said, it's football. They're bringing in Beyonce and stuff like that. So I'm guessing that's where they're going to try to get that viewership back, because a lot of people were dragging Netflix with the whole buffering issue. So
if it happens again with the football stuff, they can forget it. And I'm telling you, the fan base that you've chosen with the Pittsburgh Steelers, let that be messed up.
Right.
It's one of the top fan base in the country, one of the best in the world. And if people can't watch that game because of buffering and streaming issues, there will be lawsuits. There will be people. The Steeler Nation ain't going for that.
Yeah.
Because you could have just put our game on network TV and we could have watched it
right.
the way we wanted to watch it. Like, because I promise you, I'm gonna have a whole ass fit if, because why? You know what I'm saying? Why? You know why? Money. I ain't got none, so that's why I don't understand.
And speaking of fights, this story is a little odd. Not quite sure what really happened here. I don't know if I should believe it or not. Jay Leno, he was recently spotted out and about in Pittsburgh before his show, but he was suffering from some very serious injuries. Now, allegedly, the story that he's telling everyone is that while he was staying at a Hampton Inn in Pittsburgh, he fell 60 feet where he had injured his wrist and his finger and suffered from a black eye, and his entire face is bruised and all this stuff like that, because he was trying to get to a restaurant that was near the hotel. But I don't know, these injuries don't look like a fall.
What on earth happened to Jay Leno?
Oh, your poor face.
Look at my eye.
Oh my gosh.
Jay Leno is all bruised up. The left side of his face is black and blue. His eye is swollen shut. And look at his injured wrist.
I broke my wrist.
lost the nail on the finger, and then I'm all black and blue.
The comedian says he fell down a 60-foot hill.
I said, well, the hill doesn't look that steep. Let me take it down. And then
You rolled down a hill?
oh, shit.
That's not true.
No, that's true.
Yeah. I don't know if I believe that. So the rumor going about is that people were saying that maybe he had a business deal or gambling debt that went wrong, because this looks like someone beat his ass. But I just trying to think, like Hampton Inn, Pittsburgh, what hill did he fall down that where you're trying to get to a restaurant and it would be this severe?
Monroeville.
Where? What Hampton Inn?
Ain't there one over by the mall? I mean, everything in Pittsburgh is a hill. So falling in a hill in Pittsburgh is not uncommon. Ask me how I know.
Hey, you fell on a hill?
Hey, man, I mean, shit happens. Not 60 feet, but I have fell,
When did this happen?
I live in Turtle Creek. We live on a hill, right? So you come out the house, you come down those stairs, and you get ready to go make a right to go to one of your cars, and it's a little icy, and then bada boom, bada bing. you walk out the back door and you go through the
I
stairs
didn't know that.
of the back porch because the wood is rotten. Things happen. You go down the driveway, black ice, bang, pow. Things happen. Everything in Pittsburgh's on a hill. Everything. That's why Chiquita's like, oh, I want to go to the mountains. Nah, mountains don't do it for me. We lived in the mountains. Our house was on a hill.
Yeah, but it's the mountains. It wasn't pretty, At least the mountains here are actually pretty.
I mean, beach is me, island type stuff, because foliage and all that. And people are like, oh, I like when it turns to different colors and all that. I'm like, man, we see that dead ass trees. That's a dead tree. But Jay's ass looks like it
Someone
was a mob
fucked him
hit.
up. Yes.
But
looks
who
crazy.
beats up Jay Leno?
And what issue would you have outside of the fact that you may have made a bad business deal or
But Jay got money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he might have failed. He's old, and it's all on one side, which makes me believe that that's another reason that you might have failed.
This side, and then it was this arm, this wrist.
It's the opposite wrist,
Yeah.
but that might have been from trying to brace yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He may have fell. I think the 60 feet thing might be an exaggeration.
Right. Because, nigga, you fell forever.
But
Come
you're
on.
old, and then your skin is not the same, so you're going to bruise a lot easier. So it's going to look crazy. So, yeah. And he said his eye hit a rock.
Ugh.
That's very plausible. Now, the question is, why were you at a Holiday Inn or Hampton
A
Inn?
Hampton Inn, nigga. What?
Maybe he's cheap.
How when you buy all those expensive exotic cars?
That's why. Because let's say he's out at Robinson Town Center or out that way. A Hampton Inn out there ain't that bad. Go ahead and get you one in.
You're Jay Leno. Crazy.
Hey, man, let's just
Yeah.
get this and get on out.
Anyway, moving on to GQ and Cat Williams. They have officially deemed him the man who opened the portal. So we all
Portal?
know, yeah.
What portal?
Well, because the infamous interview that he did with Shannon Sharp, and where he revealed a lot
And
of
that's
things.
the only picture they could come up with?
Well, there are a series of pictures, but that was
That
the
picture is ridiculous.
editorial high fashion picture.
All right.
You know.
That picture's ridiculous.
But they said due to his interview with Shannon Sharp and the things that were revealed in it, that they went ahead and deemed him, because they weren't expecting most of what he said to be true or valid.
Mhm.
So they went ahead and deemed him that for GQ this year. Now, Cat, on the other hand, said that he knew that these things were coming. He knew that he was telling the truth, so it wasn't a big deal to him. But he was like, the reason why he did it was because he wanted comedy standards high, for one, and it also highlighting the resistance he faced from the entertainment business in his efforts to create tasteful Black programming.
Mhm.
So that was his reasoning for why he allegedly opened the portal, as they're saying.
Open the portal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're calling
That's
this.
what we're calling it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why, you don't like that?
Nah. Can I tell you what it is?
Absolutely.
It's just a nigga talking shit. He's a comic. That's what you do. It worked.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't open a portal. It's just there's a platform that somebody was able to talk the talk that needs to be talked. Sometimes people aren't afraid to tell the truth. And he did. But it didn't open up a portal.
Exaggeration.
Super.
Okay. Understandable.
Super.
Understandable.
Because you know what? It ain't stopped nobody's motion.
Mm-mm.
Everybody's still making money.
Mm-hmm.
Steve's still on TV. Cedric was on the boxing thing looking like he was about to sell.
That was hilarious.
Man, he looked like he had incense in a leather bag right underneath. So you got him doing that. It didn't stop anybody's motion.
Mm-hmm.
So because it didn't stop anybody's motion, to me, I'm like, what's the big deal? What are we talking about?
Exactly.
So, man,
exactly.
how you doing, X?
So, speaking of motion and stopping anyone's paycheck, Diddy and Meek Mill are back in the news. So I don't know if you recently,
with Meek,
So I don't know if you recently heard about they're releasing the details of the party that Diddy had thrown for Meek Mill back in 2014.
Okay.
So essentially, Diddy had rented this, like mansion. It was like $25,000 through this huge party for Meek. Celebrities were there, things like that. And because the details of the party have been released, Meek Mill is in a tizzy about it. He's just so upset. But the thing here that we're losing focus on are the explicit details in this party. No one was saying anything about Meek. What they were saying was the fact that there were scantily clad women walking around. Some were nude while men were eating sushi off of them. And then the property manager said that he was staying in like kind of I don't want to call it the beach house, but the secondary home behind it.
Okay.
And he's like, the conditions of the house were absolutely deplorable. He's like, there was cocaine everywhere. There were razors, all sorts of drugs, lubrication and blood and, bodily fluids were all over the place. He just said it was just absolutely disgusting. And he was watching some of the party from the secondary house that gave you view into the mansion. So that's what the story was centered around, was the actual party and what was going on. However, Meek, what he usually does, he ran to X or Twitter and decided to say that they are trying to take the black man down. So here's his series of tweets. He says, none of these publications are owned by black men posting things to destroy the names and brands of the culture. I'm going to stand on this. I know it's somebody behind this. I'm going to start a war behind it to when I find out. He then goes to say, just think about it. You are waking up to a bunch of non-black owned publications posting major lies about me. Where all the PR people go, he said, where all the PR people go that was around me. Everybody see what's going on. I'm not going to be quiet. It was war on black men. Y'all know he doesn't type well on social media. He also says, when I see page 6 post something, it gives me a bad vibe. Go back 2 years ago, they posted only good Meek Mill news. I know how these things work. Like what just happened with Mike Tyson, show his ass out, get him beat by a young white kid. Come on, it's a mockery. These are his exact words. Yeah, I'm not flubbing. Why nobody looking at the fact of who we consuming this news from? I went to Chat GPT. None of these people are even Americans, not even close to the Black Party. These weak ass stories, this wasn't even Puff Party. It's nothing to be quiet about if you're smart. Do you, as a black man, feel, in Meek's words, that this is a war on black men?
Well, here's what I feel as a black man. You're not going to get out of this life unscathed when you start making the same money as white men. All right. You're not. And the problem that I have is these young guys who grow up on the streets, the one lesson they have not learned is how to get out of the game that you started. They can't get out. So Puffy, a lot of white people made you rich. A lot. You did not do this because everybody's hand that helped you was black. All right. So I'm not going to sit here and turn around and be like, oh, the white man's trying to get him. Puff, you pissed off the wrong person. All right.
Did he?
Now, because you pissed off the wrong person, everybody knows what you've done. Everybody knows what.
And about the
done.
Diddy parties.
Everybody knows about the parties. I'm sure there were white people at this party.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so then this is not a target to take the black man down. What this is Puff, your boy, Meek Mill, your boy Puff, pissed off the wrong set of people, and they're not letting it go.
Mm-mm.
So whoever you pissed off, whatever you've done, and I think people should always listen in situations like this to Dave Chappelle. When he stood up, when he finally came back to his comedy, he said, you guys in this audience think you're white, but you're not. You are just like me. I've seen white people because $50 million was on the table. There's a whole different class of white people. And everybody sat back and ha, 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 ha. But if you listen to what his words were, he said, they told me in this room in LA, before you get to your home in Ohio, we'll have everybody thinking that you're crazy and that you're on drugs. And he said, damn that they didn't. By the time I got home, I was crazy and I was on drugs. He said, so when I went to Africa, everybody made it seem like I went to Africa because I lost my mind. He said, I went to Africa because I was scared, because literally everything they told me in that room, they did. Puff is experiencing that. That's what I'm saying. Like, so at this point in time, everything that happened, Meek Mills, you know it happened. These people weren't lying, but they got paid off.
Yeah.
So they can't say certain things, right? It's only coming up now because somebody's saying, I seen you.
Yes.
You better tell me or you're next. Well, then now people start singing. That loyalty thing is out the damn door.
Yes, because allegedly now they're going to people who may have been in attendance to the party to get their sides of the story.
Absolutely.
So that's why I think the property manager spoke out, because
you have to.
One of the most infamous parties happened at your property. What happened?
I have to say, right? So now everybody, this is what they call, for those who don't understand it, especially the younger people, this is what's called a squeeze. They start squeezing other people who are involved with the situation and say, now you want to be next? How much do you really love Puff? And then what you're learning is people are like, well, I really don't love that nigga at all. All right, well, then tell us what you know. I know.
Because he listed it all in this article. Everything.
And so what we need to do is not try to protect Puff for what he has done. The best thing to do, if you choose not to want to support taking him down, is do one thing that everybody on this earth can do. Shut up. Just shut up. The best thing to do is shut up. Because when you start all that, yo, this is taking the black man down. Oh, all you did was put a target on your back. You're next. The best thing to do is shut up.
So this is my thing when it comes to Meek Mill. I just don't feel like he has enough influence or people care enough for them to target him per se.
Of course I'm going to target you, because targeting you attacks other artists. You see what I'm saying? Like, all these guys are in the same similar loop, right? They all talk to the same people.
Yeah, because they listed, they're like, French Montana was there, Lil Durk was there. I was like, God damn.
It's a small circle of people, right? Me and you can't get into a Diddy party, right? We can't be like, yo, we trying to go. Like, nobody could just randomly show up to these parties. So it's an exclusive network of people. You are now in that network. What happened? Because if you want to sit there and say, oh, I ain't gonna stand and let this happen to my man, say less. You can come talk to us. So what they do is make everybody else uncomfortable. And then instead of people saying, that's what I hire lawyers for.
Right. Because
you get on social media and start typing and incriminating yourself.
And you're saying, oh, where's all my PR? And that, baby, that's people that you have to hire. Where's your legal team? Like, what is going on here?
So then you got to realize who the legal team is, because the legal team is smart enough to know their credibility and their job is on the line too when you're starting to defend stuff like this.
Yeah, that's true.
Because this has been happening for years. This is not new. So then the next question is, you've known this has been going on So then that's when PR people come like, shit.
And you start seeing that people are resigning from the job.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and put this 2 weeks in, pimp.
Mhm.
So, I mean, the problem that I have is we are doing exactly what people expect you to do. And that's get emotional and start talking.
Mhm.
Shut up. Shut up. Make them do their job.
He can't. He can't. When I tell you this was a full-on rant, it was, I don't know, like maybe a series of 4 or 5 tweets.
Right.
Yeah.
And everybody's emotional, right? Everybody's emotional and all that, right? And just like I said, and I made the post on social media and I noticed that it was cold as ice, baby. Gates equals Diddy. But you're playing 2 different games, right? So you got a dude who's could possibly be the attorney general who has done the same shit Diddy has done. But you got different people in your corner. Diddy, you got people in your corner that don't got the same type of juice. Y'all did the same shit. All this trafficking and sex with minors and all this other stuff.
The CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch.
Hey, but guess what everybody does once these allegations come up? Shut up.
Yeah, because we haven't heard any more. Nobody from his camp has said anything.
You see Gates tweeting, "This is crazy. Can't believe that." That's what I hire people for. You handle that. And I'm just going to shut up and keep moving with the program. Like, the one thing I can say and I appreciate is the code switching that I learned is real. And a lot of people who attended public schools that are my friends that never understood the language that you have to learn to be able to be in this society and be somewhat prosperous. You can tell who doesn't know how to walk this line of, this is when you start getting into your business.
Mm-hmm.
And this business can never bleed into your personal. Meek Mills allowed this to bleed into his personal feelings. This shit is business. You can't allow it to bleed into your personal.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that early. Well, this doesn't seem fair. Well, fair to who? Well, it seems like, oh yeah, do you want to continue going to this school? Do you want to continue to get this education?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to continue to? Yeah, all right. So now, are you willing to put this on the line to do that? Are you willing to sacrifice all that? Nah. All right. Well, then you better learn how to communicate. You better learn how to talk. You better learn when to talk and when not to talk.
And how to present yourself.
Because, funny story. So remember when the brother had the noose hung up in his locker, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I was experienced to wild political racism early in life. So a brother comes out into my classroom, literally, "Yo, Block, man, I need to talk to you." And the reason why he felt like he can come to my class is because as an athlete, you have certain influence in the building. You know what I'm saying? So he comes to my class while we're in class, which is a big no-no.
Right.
To be like, "Yo, I need you. This is important."
Mm-hmm.
So the teacher allowed me to come out, and I talked to him. And he said a noose was hung in his locker with a monkey with a banana in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I said, okay, well, then we got to tell the principal. Is it still there? Yeah, it's still there. Okay, so here's what we do. Lock the locker back, because you had the locker off. If they know that you were about to go to the principal, next thing you know, it'll be missing.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't move fast enough. So it was gone by the time, meaning somebody was watching him.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time we went and told the principal, it was no longer in the locker anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So the principal is sitting in front of us. Now we know that it happened because the brother ain't got no reason to lie.
Mm-hmm.
So now the crew of black men came together in front of our principal and our vice principal. And the vice principal leaned back in the chair and said, "Okay, gentlemen, tell us what happened." And we let the most inarticulate brother speak first.
Oh, I remember this. Oh, yes, I do.
And the brother said, "Things like this happen to us all the time. It just be more hurting and more hurting and more hurting."
Do you remember this?
Now, me and the other brother, who, this is a true story, swear to God, I won't use names. Me and the other brother are sitting on both sides of him. And there's a brother standing behind him. And we all at the same time said, damn. Because even the vice principal himself chuckled like,
Silly nigga.
oh God, you can't even speak. So then by this time, I'm like, uh-oh, because we can't, now I can't even plead the case because you can't articulate yourself in this room to the powers that be. So now you put out a tweet that has misspellings, run-on sentences, grammatical errors, and now you expect someone in this world to take this seriously. You've immediately dismissed your credibility because of the way you typed it. Where my PR at? What? They're at home laughing at you right now. Because here's the other part. All of them know each other.
Oh, yes.
So they're laughing about this conversation. They're talking about this conversation at home over coffee and wine, trying to decide on what they're going to do to you. Why do I know that? Because in that same conversation that, you know, my man totally flustered.
More hurt and more hurt.
More hurts and more hurts. Every time it gets badder and badder. And I got what the brother was saying. This hurts me deep every time this happens because it has happened more than once. And every time it hurts me more and more and more. But that's not
worse.
And it gets worse and it gets worse because this right here is crazy. That's what he wanted to say. It's not what came out.
Didn't come out though.
So here,
I forgot all about it.
Here's how they hit me and the other brother and the other brother, the three brothers that could articulate it. Well, what do you guys think? Shit, here we go. Because now it's going to put us against you. Well, do you guys feel like he feels?
Woo.
Now we got a hard decision to make.
Yes.
Because they keep targeting him. But they're targeting him, hoping we can pluck off one of y'all.
Each, yeah.
So if we can pluck off one of y'all, then now we're winning. So now you're stuck. And the best thing to do at this time is shut up. We got to reconvene and come back to this again because he fucked it up. And this was learned at an early age. They would isolate you. For example, after track practice, there was a wallet strategically left on the bench. When I say strategically left, this was like almost comical of how bad this was set up. The wallet was slightly open with the bills, each one showing 20, 20, 20 at the proper angle.
Yeah.
So young kids. So at this time, I'm a sophomore. The other guy I'm talking about, he's a junior. I'm like, man, something ain't sitting right with this. I'm going to leave it alone. Nah, man, we should take it. Something doesn't seem right. I think I'm just going to go to track practice because we were running track. I'm going to go to track practice. So we had to jog from our school to the track for track practice. Said, nah, man, I'm leaving it. That was the last day I seen that brother. He took the wallet. Right-handed guy. Was the last day I seen the brother. To this day. Now, I've seen him on social media, but in person, he never came back.
And you should have known better. You should have known better.
So when you're dealing with situations like this, Meek Mills, there's traps laid out because they don't just want Diddy. They want as many people as they can get. Diddy's done. He's cooked. But who else can we get in this? And there's some big names that they really, really want.
Yes.
There's big names here.
Yes.
And if we can keep picking off the small fruit like you that want to talk and say more than what you need to say.
Who will talk. You're going to talk.
Eventually, somebody's going to give us the information that we need to know.
Because you, like you said, you don't know how to shut up. So all they have to do is put a little bit of pressure on you and a little bit more and a little bit more. Before you know it, your ass is going to be in that chair telling everybody everything and looking assy. And then we won't see you anymore. And
you'll be gone. And we already know. Here's what we know about you. You have a criminal record. You're not too long getting out of jail yourself, sir. So let's not act like we can't revisit some of the things that we've ignored to let your black behind out. You're out on a favor anyway. So keep talking crazy if you want to. This, and don't, for people that be like, you're always talking about the race. This is so far not race. This is how the world operates.
Yes.
The one thing that I see about the white celebrities that get in trouble like this, they shut up. We ain't heard from.
Oh, and do you remember that whole college scandal where they were paying to get their kids into school? And
the chick from Friends that got locked up.
Yes. And then oh my gosh, she was in Desperate Housewives, and her husband, but like you said, he's still working.
Yeah.
They haven't said anything.
Because you shut up.
And it all disappeared.
You shut up. You hire the right attorneys, you shut up, you let them do it. Small scale. I learned that about child support. The peons are in court fighting. The peons. That's the people in my emotions, and she trying to take all my damn money and all that. The people with money, their attorneys are there.
Mm-hmm.
Their attorneys represent them, and then you just get a phone call. Hey, buddy, look, this is what you owe. All right, cool. I don't accept that. Okay, hang up, go back. The attorneys are there. The peons are the ones that are in there every day, like suited up, and these is my receipts. You learn this shit, man. Like as you grow through this, and you're like, man, this is a different world. So Joe Schmo got to go through the court system, and you got to go through metal detectors and all that stuff. The CEO of such and such just makes a phone call. His attorney handles that, and then he gets a number. And do you think Kanye West and all them was in child support court? You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you act that way, they're going to treat you that way.
Exactly. And like I told you when, we were in the car 2 weeks ago, one of the guys that I'm working with, he showed up on our call with a do-rag on. And one thing that I know, because, the CEO of my company is a Black woman, I haven't seen him wear that do-rag since.
Better not.
At all.
Better
but like
not.
you said, but then the thing is, you easily could have been, essentially typecasted. They would have just looked like, oh, you're just another one, and then slowly started to lose your credibility because you think that this is okay for you to show up in a professional setting. So what if we're on Zoom? That's not how you conduct yourself. But you're seeing that, okay, now that you presented yourself in a different way, now you're being introduced to tailors. You're going in different rooms, you're meeting different people. If you still would have wore that do-rag, that wouldn't have happened.
And they still watching you.
Oh, absolutely.
They're always watching you.
Always.
It never ends.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're waiting for the slip. I got asked today, and it wasn't so much that I got asked, it's how I got asked. What you smiling about? What y'all smiling about? And because I know what y'all smiling about. We can't smile? Now, would you have asked that same question if it wasn't y'all coming around the corner? What y'all smiling about? Huh? And then wanted an answer. Ooh, grinds my gears. But once again, understanding this. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, and here's what the new age young Black folks are missing. We're not telling you that you can't be you, because they get all pissed off. Oh, what you mean?
You have to play the game.
But you got to understand, you have to get to a point where you have something to leverage in the conversation that will allow you to show up in certain ways. Y'all ain't got shit.
No.
So when you look nappy, you get talked to nappy. So you get talked to. It's the truth. And all these parents that feel like, my son is not his hair, he's more than that. And okay, cool. Keep it. But I'm telling you now, he's already typecast the moment he walks through the door just on presentation alone. Because more people who act an ass look like this. One thing I made my football players do, go to Carolina mugshots. We went to Carolina mugshots. We did this on a big screen in the room. How many of y'all look like the guys on Carolina mugshots? Meaning, how many of these guys do you see are clean cut, nice haircut, nice, properly presenting themselves? Or do most of these guys look like they just woke the hell up? What's the majority? And that's when they started cutting their hair. I said, because this is put out there so that people can see what a criminal looks like. Now, you look like this person. They are going to assume your character based upon what they see. You want them to get to know you. But when I see a dog and it growls, I'm not like, maybe this dog won't bite me. No, I go from what I see and know. Dog growling, it might bite. Now somebody says, oh, you're catering. I'm not catering. I have to survive and move and navigate in spaces to where I could at least get to a point where I can be heard. Now, once I get heard and once you accept me, then I might show up and my hair might be different. And here's what they're going to say. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
But until I get to that point, I got to play the game.
Have to.
If
you have to.
I'm Diddy, everybody who I know should be on a gag order, including my sons, because they're going to start attacking them. Because what these dum-dums say, oh, we about to try to live our dad's legacy out. Shut the hell up for y'all incriminate me anymore.
And the moves that you're making to try to give this writer with this alleged book from Kim's diaries, you're trying to do a cease and desist. Just like you said, just shut up.
Shut
up.
Be quiet. Shut up. Y'all are so the worst people right now to be. If I'm in jail, that's why they said he's panicking. He's trying to get as many phone calls as he can and stuff like that. Because I'm sure he's probably trying to tell people, stop, shut up. Y'all are making it worse. Like, what are you doing? Who? BJZ. Nobody has heard from this man since Puff got in trouble. BJZ. But also, Jay-Z is in rooms with people that have told him it would behoove you to separate. Complete and total separation, because you've been accepted in areas that the average Black person may never, ever, 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 ever see. You don't know this dude. And so now all of a sudden we're going to put Beyonce out here on Christmas. Hallelujah. You see what I'm saying? Like, but he ain't said, like, you know what? I don't think he did it. Because you know why? He's on those videos. Like, there's so many. They know who was there.
Yeah.
It's an elite group of people. Like,
there were photos that were released.
And it ain't
year
even
after year after year.
And I keep saying it, it's not the parties. They knew the parties were going on. It's something else. It's deeper than the parties. You pissed off the wrong people, Puff. It's not like you just got popular in 2024. These parties have been happening since the 90s. What did you do? And people, this one, and because we got Auntie V here. This one. Well, Hugh Hefner. Okay, here's what we're going to say about Hugh. What do you really know about Hugh Hefner? Nothing. You know why? Because shut up. You come here, you know what's about the crack.
Yeah.
You know what's going on. But we're not talking about that. And when you leave here, you bet not talk about that. There are presidents that have been in the Playboy Mansion and partied hard. Ain't nobody say a word about Hugh, because you know why? Everybody knows, shut up. Puffy, different story. You got people talking. And
like you said, you pissed off somebody.
And you pissed off the wrong people.
Then how did this whole tape with you and Cassie get leaked after years upon years upon years of no one seeing it?
And that's why so many people are willing to snitch, because you're finding out that a lot of people have been paid off and now they don't want to get in trouble. Because the hotel manager of that, you seen that tape. You knew that tape existed. That tape was at 7 years old?
It was pretty old.
7 years old. So you took that money a long time ago. You took hush money. You can go to jail, or you can give us that tape. You want it on MP4? You want me to want it on the CD-ROM? How you want that tape? And that's how they get it. And it's going to be a lot of people like that. A lot of people. All those people that are talking on social media, like the drivers and all that stuff, they're not worried about them. Y'all are small potatoes. They want people like the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncé's and the Kevin Harts and all those people who were at those parties. Kevin Hart was actually next to Usher.
He ain't saying nothing.
Quiet as a church mouse.
Usher's on tour.
Usher's not. Ain't nobody came to this man's defense. Like, nah, y'all exaggerating. Everybody's
Even
like,
Stevie J, shut up.
So all I'm saying is, if you are a part of Puff's team and you happen to come across TDS Radio, shut up. Shut up. Let his court case go the way it needs to go. If he's guilty of it, hopefully he is punished and for whatever it is that he's done. But please don't aid people with things where it's like, here, damn, y'all should have did that a long time ago. If you're gonna snitch, you should have did that when he did it, not now. Because now, what is it gonna help? It ain't gonna help nothing. It's terrible.
Well, got to switch gears.
Yeah, let's switch gears and let's talk about healing and family that get on your damn nerves.
Oh, yeah.
Not ours. We're gonna get Auntie V in here, y'all.
Yeah.
Just hold on 1 second, and we'll be right back. TDS Radio, our voice, our culture.
So I'm playing the music bed.
So what's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and I am here with
Your girl so fab. Hey, and our families in the
as y'all
building.
can see, the seats are filled.
So
family chat tonight. Yeah, we about to have some conversation.
Why do I look like I'm 2 feet tall? Oh, y'all.
Oh,
I do. I am 2 feet, but why do I look like it?
and then, there you go. Make sure we got your mic good.
We gotta make sure we
Slouch.
pillow. That's what.
That's
Yeah,
what
you don't
I'm
have your
missing here.
pillow.
That's what I'm missing here.
Got your pillow.
I know.
Sorry.
Just thank you. Just gonna have to. Yes, yes, because this is.
It's okay. It's on TV.
Huh?
It's on TV.
Eminem dance.
It is. I'm on. Yes, Auntie V is here.
You gotta do your Eminem dance. You haven't done it.
Oh, I haven't done Eminem
No.
dance. Well, I gotta be in the mood to do my.
It'll come.
dance.
It'll
All right,
come.
it'll come.
It'll come. Don't worry.
Gotta
It'll
feel
come.
it.
Mhm.
Tickles me.
It'll come.
It is the holiday season.
It
so.
is. It is.
Did we have a messy letter, or are we just talking about the holidays? And
Well, I mean, we've been talking about the topic, so maybe we should go right into it, especially considering time. But if we want to go into the messy letter, we can. You guys tell
have
me.
one?
I do.
Yeah, let's read it.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Gotta be a holiday one.
I
Oh,
wish I had one.
the holiday one?
Unfortunately, I don't. Okay. Hold
Holiday
on.
one?
I got it.
Well, everybody looking, so I'm gonna pick up my
Okay.
phone too.
So, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. So this one says, I need advice on what to do. So there's this guy I've been hanging out with lately. Like we hang out every day. He knows just how to comfort me. He listens to my rants, to my pain. Tries to hug me. Well, no, what it drags to hug me tight. I don't know what they meant there. Every time he knows I need it. He always asks me how my day went and if I had something to eat already. And if I say I haven't yet, he makes me food. He always spots me wherever I go. It's like he's keeping an eye on me or something, and he even spoils me, buys me things and accompanies me, treats me for everything. And I'm comfortable with him being clingy to me and everything. However, I found out just now that he has a girlfriend. The problem is I've already caught feelings for him during the time we spend together. I don't want to lose what we have, but I know for a fact that I can't continue to feel this way for him. What should I do? Should I just try to avoid him, as I don't think the feeling is mutual since he has a girlfriend?
I love you, sis. You deserve better. End it right now. Hope you have a therapist, or you can reach out to me. We can go through.
Wow.
Literally, you deserve better than that. I
Well, you
said it with
yeah.
all sincerity and much love. That those feelings will fade, but cut him loose.
Mhm.
Happy holidays. There you go, James.
Cut that one.
Number
That
two.
was straight.
You got another one?
All right.
Cut him loose.
Yeah,
Cut him
No,
loose.
I love it. I mean,
I love it.
I love it.
Cut him loose.
So go to therapy and cut him loose
Mhm.
before you get your ass kicked by the girlfriend.
Yeah, because that could get ugly.
Yeah, that could, especially with him spending money and everything like that. So, all right.
I think she knew the solution. She just wanted to confirm it
Mhm.
from our mouth.
Absolutely.
You heard it from us straight from TDS Radio.
Ooh.
I agree. Cut him loose.
Yeah,
Cut them loose.
I agree. You see me? I'm over here.
The radio
I
show
see you
hosts have
sipping.
co-signed.
Yes.
So
And he
you
took
know,
a sip afterward.
what makes me laugh is
Uh-huh.
I always joke with my sister, when a guy is too nice, something's up. And everything she read, I'm like, he's cheating.
Mhm.
And the only reason why is because you space that stuff out, because you have to keep that up.
Mhm.
When you come in so hot, and then now you got to maintain that,
Mhm.
you're gonna fizzle out.
I know it.
As a man, you gotta ease your way into this thing, because if I'm looking to invest in you, I gotta cover a span of time with all this, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
But when he's doing this and he's doing this and he's doing this and he's doing this, he's cheating, because he's trying to expedite the feelings to get what he needs to get out of you quickly. Because most men, if you're interested, you realize that this is a project and we got to slow walk this thing. You see what I'm saying? Like the the way the old guys used to say, you walk down the hill and get them all. You know what I'm saying? You don't run down the hill, you walk down the hill and get them all. So
That's
when
probably
I
before
hear,
my time.
yeah,
I ain't heard that one. That's before my time. Go ahead.
you walk, don't run down the hill and get one. Walk down the hill and get them all. Take your time.
Okay.
So when I'm thinking, what was the time span on this?
It
She said it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
How long they know each other?
Oh man, I gotta stop getting rid of the letter. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Well, the reason.
Go
ahead.
She said lately. That was
Lately.
it. We've been
Yeah.
hanging out every day. I don't know what every day is.
Yeah.
On
But
define
she said
lately.
lately. Yeah.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to keep that stuff up.
Mhm.
Like, and I'm not saying that it's not an expectation that women should have. Remember, I'm a girl dad. I have 3 daughters. Of course, I want my daughters to experience this. But when I notice that a man is rushing this,
Mhm.
there is a reason why you are rushing this.
Exactly.
Because either you don't have anything else to do, and that's a problem.
Ain't it?
Because I need you to get something else to do.
Because what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Or
Mhm.
you have something else to do, and you're just trying to get something from her, and that's a problem.
Mhm.
So you're
Mhm.
trying to get her mind easily duped, so that now she's just putty in her hand because nobody's ever treated me like this
Mhm.
this fast. There's something going on, because the joke was whenever Kim had an ex, I had paid attention that this dude opened the car door, then he opened the restaurant door, then he pulled out the seat, then he waited for everybody else to sit down, then he sat down,
Mm-hmm.
then he jokey with my mom, then it was time to leave, he slid the seat out again, then he opened the door when they was leaving, he opened up the car door again. So the first thing I did when my mother called me, I wish she was alive, because we laughed about it after. But during that time, she went in on me.
Yeah.
I said, nah. She was like, what you think? I said, something's up. She was like, why? Ain't no man opening up that many doors.
Do that in South though.
Yeah. No, not that many doors. Not that many doors. And, and so here's why. Like I told her, and then also younger guys,
Younger guys.
they're not doing it. See what I'm saying?
He's not that young. He's 40 now.
And the way I take it is that would be like younger guy, like grandfathers and all that. Our dad, all that. That's how they do. He, but that was also a part of pimping. Our uncle also had a woman in this state and that state. You get what I'm saying? So,
I can't talk because my dad was up. Love him.
Right.
I
So
love
there
him,
was something behind it, but there was still a smoothness and a suaveness to it. But when you're doing it like it's a job, okay. Have a seat. All right, open the door. Okay, you good? I'm like, this is too rigid. It's not natural.
Okay, I was gonna say, is it natural?
It's not
I'll follow
natural.
you if it's not natural.
So, like, if
Okay.
it's you and that's how you do, yeah, like, you,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, wait, don't touch. Wait.
Don't say that. I got you.
Yeah. Oh.
Spotted spoon.
It wasn't that.
I'm like, this Negro got something up his
I'm
sleeve.
like, what's going on? What
It
was
wasn't
going on there,
that
Kimberly?
bad.
It was terrible.
Okay.
It was, and I'm like, so then when I told my mother, you should want your sister to have somebody to open the door. I said, all I'm telling you is, from my perspective,
Mama wanted to believe
something's up.
Mm.
Well, you know what? You just stay your hate dance over there. Don't you worry about it. All right.
I
And
didn't
that's
even
it.
know this conversation happened.
No, yeah, this
I
this
see you haven't
literally
said anything.
this conversation literally happened like from like as soon as I met him. It was like, okay, in the car, she called me all cheesy. So what you think? I said, you don't want to hear it. Yeah, yes, I do. What do you hate with your hating ass? You so evil. I said,
Oh, did she say that?
yeah, you so evil.
Evil.
I said, I'm not evil. I just don't believe it and something is up. See, you should want your sister to have somebody open that damn door. You better be opening damn doors. I said, I do, but I ain't opening them all. Goddamn, some doors you can open.
Okay.
Like, goddamn.
How did this turn into an argument between us?
Yeah, it was me and now we're arguing about you.
Okay.
Only for, so that's why when what came to pass, I was just like, hold y'all niggas.
Okay.
And the same thing with this letter.
Mm-hmm.
This man is racing. It's back to back to back to back to back. Something is up. You get what I'm saying? Like he's not giving no space for you to even enjoy this moment.
Mm-hmm.
She
It's
observed
just-
it.
Yeah,
She
like
clinging.
you
She
just,
was like,
he just,
observed it.
come here.
Yeah. She fed into.
Yeah.
I mean, she.
Get over here.
He did what he meant to do.
Yeah, and now you writing letters.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah. Because
'Cause
it
you
sounds
fell in love.
intentional. Sounds like
Mhm.
he had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're
Which
his
I
work
think-
wife, right?
Well, yeah, I think but I think that's. I
Was
think
that
that
it?
men are
I missed
that way,
that part.
though.
Was this the work wife too?
That's what I'm like. I think they
See
don't
what
they
I'm
working
saying?
together.
Oh,
Oh,
It
that
might be
makes-
the work wife.
That makes things
Mm-hmm.
complicated.
Very.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
Well, no, she just says they've been hanging out. But I just find it for him to be around you every single day. That's why I made the assumption of like, are you working together?
I was gonna say, did he have a job?
Yeah.
And it didn't sound like she was deeply invested. She said she
Mm-hmm.
was catching feelings, which I know that can be like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was, he was trying to love.
Mm-hmm.
Which gets us back to your point. Just that was a nice little summary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Stop it.
May the Lord watch between me and D, because
Yes.
we're absent one from another.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to say no.
Let's go ahead and
We need
leave
to
this
just say
alone.
no.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
All right.
Young heart. That sounds
I
like a
know.
younger woman. Young heart.
Running
may.
free.
It may.
Yeah.
Poor baby. Poor baby. Mhm.
Okay.
We all sitting here like, don't do it with that bullshit. I'm over here all old. Like, no, let me tell you something, girl. That shit's crazy. Ain't no man doing that. Not no young dude. Older guys, you expect that. That's what you see. Once again, when I was saying about men following, you follow behind that. My father catered to my mother that way, but that was also his wife. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when we getting to know each other, come on, man.
And like you said, there was space. He did court, but it wasn't like love bombing.
No, hell no.
You know.
No, hell
So
no. Ain't nobody have money for that. Ain't nobody with love bombing.
You said
we
he
gonna
doesn't
love
have
bullets.
money.
We ain't love bombs.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, you take this thing slow.
What's going on over there?
No, it's funny because we watch. Well, I got the opportunity to watch them build it to where we didn't have money for concerts, but then his thing was, I'll go buy the CD, cook dinner, and then we dance.
Okay,
and then you get the chance to see now. My mom has a business in the basement. Now dad moves up, and now we going to the concerts and all that stuff. You got an opportunity to see the pace. You see what I'm saying? That's why I keep saying, like, when you rushing, what is the rush? You ain't got nothing else to do.
No, they don't.
And that's crazy work.
Isn't it?
Oh, ask me. Is it one of those? Ask me how I know.
She's like, and they don't.
They don't.
It's the rush. Like joking around.
I'm like,
but
okay.
serious. I mean, it's the same thing I said about.
This letter has been informative and educational.
I had to do it with Chiquita. Like, I had to be patient. I sent her a message, and literally it took her 3 days to respond to that message.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there like, I got played. But the guys that I know would have said, well, never mind then. You go ahead and be with you. Grand Rising, boo, and all that nonsense.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising, boo.
Yeah, like they would have got angry.
Okay.
These dudes get angry. Like, I don't understand it. Why they do that, man?
Why they get angry? Which is a prelude into the holiday season.
Like, I'm sure you hear it. Why they do that?
And we're going right into Valentine's now as to why they leaving and angry and don't want to give presents. Why are they breaking up, James, before the holidays? What is going on, James?
I forgot. I forgot about the breakups before the holidays.
Yeah.
Why they do that, man?
So they don't have to buy presents.
Y'all got all the reasons.
We have just opened up a whole new can of worms here. I am bewildered and perplexed as to how we made this trip. Because I don't know how we got here, but okay, we're here.
Can't afford everybody, so you got to start picking and choosing. All right, well, hurry up and get you before Christmas. I can get this in by Thanksgiving. Just bump you off, and then now I got to go back to my girl.
Yeah, man.
You got busted.
Feelings.
That's it.
Okay.
Childhood games.
The games we play.
Ain't got no money. You can't afford everybody.
Silly
Young
games win silly prizes.
Pretty much. No, I'm sorry. I just what
Well, we've taken a
in
trip.
the holidays. What is this? Or not even holidays. We were saying you from an experience that you experienced that these guys don't have things to do, so they expedite things.
Yes.
What would be the psychology behind that? Like what is the purpose of trying to expedite something?
Yeah, I'm about to take off on a whole tangent.
I was gonna say because those are sessions, aren't they?
Right.
That one question.
That one question
is deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. I was reading I should be laughing like this because I help brothers like this. Like we can go to that dude.
Really?
Laughing.
And then you told my story on that podcast, brother.
Those details. That one last detail you said. That sounds like my story.
Yeah, that sounds like my story.
Yeah.
But no, seriously. I was reading a study on testosterone and literally how, as a developmentally for men or boys early on, right? We need testosterone to really release in our system. It helps build our sense of confidence and our sense of self-perception. When we don't get testosterone, we need to find another way to still get that chemical release in our system to build our perception of self. So as a young man, when he accomplishes a goal, testosterone is released in the system. It builds his confidence. If a brother, and I'm just going to say younger dude starting off early, takes too many L's, you can't get that testosterone released in your system, so your sense of confidence can't be built. So we manufacture other ways to find that sense of accomplishment. And what do you think that leads to? One, we're going to womanize, because when we can chase a chick and we can get them and keep them on a leash, and I'm saying leash because it's literally, you drill out if you have the money, take out to eat, manufacture, open up doors and all that. And that builds you a false sense of confidence. But with brothers who don't have any other way down on how to build their sense of self-esteem, or their sense of self-esteem is built on acquiring women, not on their character, this is their only play. So to your point, it comes to the holidays. It's like either one or two things. They're going to take somebody back home, and it's going to be a selection process. It's like, nah, I'm not taking you because this is psychology. I'm sorry, brothers. I love y'all. They're thinking about, man, who can I take back to the holidays where they won't be even more deeply invested afterwards? Because there's some chicks you can take, and it's like, it's not going to mean anything.
Just
to
a
them.
good time.
It's a good time. But for certain women, you take them around your family around the holidays.
I met your mama. You be like, man.
And they're really into
That don't
it more
mean
than
shit.
these.
Yeah.
Don't mean a damn thing.
Depending
But some, I mean, yeah, but some women, it does mean
for women,
thing.
Yeah. But women also need to know that just because a guy does that don't mean shit. Because they family ain't shit.
Okay.
Oh.
But
somebody really needs some drops.
Yes.
I'm gonna take some.
But
I'm gonna take a simple one.
Look, simple.
Damn, your mammy
With
ain't
the
shit?
tea that goes with it. I'm like,
Your
y'all.
mammy ain't shit. Your grandmammy.
Look, that's the long answer. The simple answer.
The dog ain't shit.
Because
a lot of
apparently
healing
y'all
that
need
needs to happen
book
to
a
this.
session with James.
I'm waiting until I get my new insurance.
Okay.
The simple.
Okay, baby. I'm trying to help. Okay. Help me help you. I'm just trying to help.
We're just using the drops to get us by.
Well, no, the drops is trying to bring you down or bring you up so that you can go have your therapy with James.
January 1st.
Yes.
Look, I'll give the simple answer is when a man has never,
that's okay. It's the tea.
never found out how to handle rejection, he's going to do anything to protect himself from that feeling. And as I say, shame is one of the things that most men don't know how to metabolize. And if you can't metabolize that sense of shame, you can do anything to cover it. And most often for women, it's either women, it's either womanizing, using women, or working, or both. Or even getting in the gym. I tell some guys, we think some of the fellows are in the gym just because they want to get their bodies right. They're using gym as an intermediary, I think I hopefully said that right, to ward off not going into therapy, in the sense of, you get the endorphins, all that stuff is released. So you feel good after workout. But if you still got stuff going on in your soul that you need to process, the gym is not helping that part. But brothers can even use that as a cloak, that I'm in the gym taking care of my body, but not really taking care of my soul.
Right.
So, ouch.
So how do we handle this on the holidays? Because
wow.
let's say right now we got the holidays coming up, and the holidays aren't always joyous for everyone.
Okay.
And so now let's say we got.
You said they are?
They are not. So there's
okay, I
some
was going to say
people,
because they are not.
Let's say they're not joyous for everyone.
No.
And so say now you have the daunting task of being with family that you know, here
Mhm.
comes the shit. Like it's not even so much that if something's happened, it's when.
Yeah.
You're waiting for when this moment happens, when it's gonna pop off.
Yeah.
How do you handle this anxiety? Because you know there's a lot of people that are going to be going into these arenas.
Mhm.
How do you handle these anxieties? First, put your drops in your drink on your way in.
Well, yeah, you can.
Mhm.
So, okay. So, I mean, this is James' department, but I just, if your family is truly that disruptive to your holiday season, do you really need to actively participate in that?
So I was told I was dead ass wrong when I said the same thing.
Well, I mean,
promise you.
doesn't, I mean, because that's not my area of expertise.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
isn't that adding more stress and more anxiety?
It is.
to-
But when you also have people who feel like, oh, it's family over everything, they don't care about boundaries or stresses
Over your
or
own
feelings.
self-care?
Oh yeah, because self-care in the Black community, girl, what you talking about?
Well, it's a learning process.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So, and I'll be
well,
specific.
because this is a community. I mean, this is part of it.
Yeah.
This is part of the healing consultant. This is part of a healing community.
Yeah.
Because I do understand pain. I understand pain during the holidays.
Yes.
I mean, because I think everybody here knows that I had to deal. I had my own stressors during that time, and it continues to be. But you have to be you have to learn how to take care of yourself.
Correct.
Because you can, what we always say, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Correct.
You can't.
Correct.
You've got to fill yourself up.
Yes.
It's part of what it is. It's part of who you need to be. Because because you're going to get through the holidays. Whether you get through, how you get through them is up to you.
Correct.
It's not up to everybody else.
Correct.
And I think that's what we have to understand, is that it's not up to everyone else to decide how your holiday is going to be. You have to learn how to be selfish, I think, a little bit, and take care of yourself.
Yes.
And I mean, I happen to have a phenomenal family that that's very supportive, but I understand that not everybody has that.
Right. Right.
And so you don't want to be around your family.
Right.
For which like I said, I think you just have to be a little selfish and take care of yourself. Your mental health, your physical health. And because you have to get through the holidays too. How much you gonna sacrifice? Because I always tell y'all, I only got so many give a shit, so I'm gonna get out.
Right.
Right. A day.
Right.
And boundaries are meant to protect us.
Yes.
It's not an offense against the other person.
No, it's
But
not.
boundaries generally reveal people's true motives during the holidays. I used to always share these 3 P's around the holiday for how to handle holidays. So it's preparation, presence, and protection. So preparation is, what are the things that I need to do in order to set myself up for a good holiday? One of those things is set realistic expectations. If you have certain family traditions that your family has done for the last 20 years, and yes, you may have been balking about it for the last 15, do not expect for it to change on this specific holiday.
Because it's not.
But do you think if it brings you such stress and distress?
Oh yeah,
do you need to participate in
that's
those?
the protection part? No.
Yeah.
Because sometimes some of it is on us in the sense that we are letting people bait us into conversations because we don't know how to manage our own triggers.
Correct.
And so Nedra Tawwab, I love her. She said sometimes the problem is not them, it's us. And what she meant by them is, for the last 10 years, they've been responding the same way. So what in your mind is going to make you think they're going to respond?
It's going to change.
So you have to make a decision. And am I going to accept that this is going to be their response? I'm going to have to accept it regardless, but am I going to accept it as the reality of where they're at in this moment?
Right.
And if I accept that, then I get to navigate around if I'm going to go or not. Because I know if we get the same argument every year,
absolutely,
and I don't be looking for it, they always bring it up.
Yes.
Then I'm not coming this year.
Absolutely.
That's going to be the boundary I set.
Absolutely. You know.
I'm just saying, I wish Debbie was alive.
Yeah.
This was literally what you said
Mhm.
was the conversation that I had with my mother prior to her passing. Like the last conversation we had about the holidays was exactly what you said. There's a routine here.
Excuse me.
And when we all get together and we all mix drinks, there's a routine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see that for my holiday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do it because
Mhm.
I'm in a different space.
Mhm.
And so not only am I in a different space, I have physically relocated my entire being
Mhm.
to not be in that space.
Mhm.
You are asking me now to dismiss all of that
Yeah.
and come back into that space
Mhm.
knowing that this is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
What about my mindset?
Yeah.
Because this is how I
Mhm.
feel. But not, but in our arena,
Mhm.
you ain't had no mindset.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
this is how family.
Yeah.
And it's like, but this is draining, yo. Like, I
But
don't
like
wanna
James
do
is
it.
saying, it just reviewed what the actual motive is, which is it's about me. It's
Right.
not about you. It's not about your feelings. It's
Right.
not about that. It's about me because this may potentially be my last holiday, and this is what I want, regardless of how you feel.
Word.
And
It can
was
be
right.
everybody's last holiday.
Yeah.
I mean,
hello,
I know.
hello,
You know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
You
tell
can't-
sometimes the conversations, and this, I don't know what you guys' experience has been like, but asking
Awful.
your,
Just kidding. I'm
right.
sorry.
That's what it comes to my house.
Like, so we're basically using this
why
as
they're-
therapy for us.
That's why they're visiting.
Tell us, how should we
Yeah,
do
this
this?
is
That's
a
why they're at
personal
my house.
therapy session that we're
Stop.
recording
Right.
right now. So,
So, there,
now let me tell you, brother. It's like,
Yes. Yes.
so let me show y'all how therapy
Yes.
works. So this is what happened. It's like, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But that's really, so you got this thing right where usually there's a threshold, right, where we are willing to put up with the discomfort. I won't say put up. We have enough tolerance to endure the discomfort because there are other people that we actually do want to be around when we're there and make meaningful connections with.
Yes.
Sometimes that line slides where it's like it's going to be more uncomfortable, dysfunctional, and then sometimes you're trying to avoid the triangulation where it's you get to Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever, and you know these two people got this issue, these two cousins got this issue, and you ain't trying to be a part of it. But when you get there, you know people try to indirectly bring up conversations. So what you think? And it's like you don't want to be a part of
I
that.
don't want to be in that.
Back in.
Brings you back in.
Godfather.
Godfather.
Literally.
Time I'm out.
Look at you.
Oh, I love the Godfather.
Oh man, it's so much
Bring me
really.
back in. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But no, but literally making that
lightheartedness, but-
decision on what you're going to prioritize, because sometimes I hate to say, you know, our tradition, once Big Mama or the maternal or
paternal
grandparents pass, and we stop having the family reunions. The next time we end up seeing ourselves together again is usually at
funerals.
Grief.
Funerals.
Yeah. Dealing with grief.
Around, and then we got years of complicated grief that ain't been unprocessed, and everything coming out
Yes.
at the funeral. So, but yeah, so what are your concerns about going? I know.
I know. It's like,
dude, just stop going
a
through
section.
I mean, brother,
But
I said this
it's a
was
commonality
between us.
in our
Well,
community.
it is.
You
It's
know,
a
where
commonality
it's
in our
not just
community.
us. There's so many people who are literally experiencing the same thing. Where there's a whole entire thread on X and on Instagram where people are having Thanksgiving clapbacks in preparation of what.
Really?
Yes, in preparation of what family members may say, because you know there's going to be some bullshit. Somebody's going to bring up something. There's going to be some
Lines will
sort
be
of argument.
crossed.
Lines will be crossed. Boundaries will be crossed.
Mm.
And it's unfortunately it's very common. So that's why people are like, you know what? I'm going to figure out my own holiday, or I'm going to figure out what it is that I want to do and create my new traditions, because I don't want to deal with family. However, some of us get guilted, and that was the question I wanted to ask you. Where
Perfect.
you know, how do you deal with well, why aren't you coming to see the family? You know, Big
Mhm.
Mama want to see you. You know,
Mhm.
Auntie, you know, Boo Boo ain't seen you
Mhm.
in a year.
Mm.
How do you deal with that?
Man, so
Damn boo.
Well, you can probably do it a little bit more elegant than that, but
so look,
we're not gonna go. No means no.
for some families, people.
Damn. I ain't
I-
heard on that many, bro.
I'm just saying. I mean, you know.
I'm just, you know,
Oh.
You know,
I'm
this
sorry.
may be unpopular, but I've been telling people just acknowledge it sometimes directly.
Mhm.
Yes.
You always people are generally caught off guard when they say, you know what, why aren't you coming? And when you say these are the reasons why, they generally back up. Your family generally backs up. Well, I don't know how your family is.
They dig in.
They dig in.
They make it seem like what you're experiencing ain't happening.
Gaslighting you.
So you're like,
Oh yes.
you know, this is why, because, you know, even specifically, I told my mother the reason why I wasn't coming to her last Thanksgiving. So I'm not doing that. And she was like, well, I don't feel like that's right. And I'm like, well, you know, I understand, but you'll be right. You know, of course, you need to be here because your mom is here. Oh man, she made a choice for her. And that's okay. But
Yeah.
I'm making a choice for me.
Yeah.
Only to get a phone
I'm
call
gonna say,
later.
I made the wrong choice because I was guilted into going, even after expressing my boundaries, and then still it turned into exactly what we knew it would. But like you said, in those situations, now that I've grown to the point where I did not engage. So while all of that was happening over Moyo's desserts, which is absolutely delicious. If you ever go to Pittsburgh, please go to Moyo's.
Okay.
Delicious.
Visit.
Good to know. Good to know.
While they're arguing and spitting over Moyo's cake, what I was pissed about because I came all the way up here for Moyo's cake, and now I can't get it because COVID is real. And y'all screaming over it. I sat in the living room with the babies to make sure that they were okay, because it's a cycle that's being repeated. Because at one point I was those babies where we're listening to the dysfunction and somebody has to protect them because your nervous system is haywire right now. You know,
Fight or flight.
And that whole thing of like, oh well, let's protect, and I gotta jump into this fight, and we
We're talking about physical altercation?
almost
Oh,
and we're talking about adults,
verbally
like people in
assaulting
their
each other.
50s and 60s and 30s, like full on adults, and all of that is happening. But like you said, you just got to disengage, because I'm making sure that I'm in a safe space, the babies are in a safe space. Y'all do that. Ain't nobody got time for that. And then what happens? Everyone sits down and they break bread and act like nothing ever happened. Craziness.
That's a lot,
isn't it?
That sounds like a lot.
And
I'm
then,
so sorry.
That's why my ass was
it's
in
years of it.
Raleigh, North
Yeah,
Carolina.
I'm so sorry.
Right.
So that's why my ass wasn't in that, because for me, and you know, everybody just, when you start to choose yourself, you start to feel that squeeze from family, making it seem as if your choice is wrong. And for me, for the holidays, I'm like, but I got my own set of kids, got my own woman, got my own family. What's wrong with just being with my family? And you know, like you said, I don't understand the guilt piece, or where that comes from, because like you said, Kim, and it happens with a multitude of families. You're guilted into being, or your presence being somewhere, so you're like, let me go ahead and go, and it's a grudging type of let me go ahead and go.
You've been manipulated into it.
Hey, brother, you know, I wish you would have bought that bottle, because that word right there, because that's what it is. It's actually emotional manipulation.
It is.
And so I just call it out. It's like, this is exhibit A of why I don't feel like I want to come. Is you just try to manipulate me into coming. And I think, you know, I'll tell people, you've used some other words. You know, I want to create a new family tradition. The biggest part, the reason that while a lot of families get hurt, we get hurt going into family traditions, is that people are expecting some level of validation for stuff that's happened, and it may be still happening in the moment, but it's definitely for sure happened in the past, and they're seeking some level of redemption from the interaction. And it's very unlikely that it's going to happen if the person that you're seeking it from still has the same behavioral patterns. And there's just no way. I don't think there is there's no way around avoiding people that are going to guilt you, because they're going to guilt you regardless. They don't get you about this, going to get you about something else. So them guilting, you have to accept that this is who they are. Like, this is the way that they choose to interact with me. I don't have to own that guilt.
No, you don't.
I think the reason why a lot of people are becoming more uncomfortable with family gatherings, and they don't probably realize it, is that as because you're growing, your level of tolerance for foolishness
is nil.
Is nil.
No.
Void.
No means no.
Yes.
Yes.
And what else is it, Auntie V? It's a complete statement.
It's
as
a
you
complete
say.
statement. I say it all the time. Because it is.
It's one of the prices you got to pay.
It's all yes. And it is, and there usually is a price you have to pay for that. And in my personal experience. But boundaries have to be set for your own protection, for your own self-being.
And I see this dynamic is that oftentimes
We hadn't triggered
sometimes
something.
the people that are guilting you are not, they are compliance. They're not like the person that's at the top of the family system that holds all the authority. It's like I hate to say, like they're imps doing the work, because your grandmother, well, typically what I've seen is grandmothers are people that probably really want you to be there, or grandfathers, whoever. They're not going to be typically the person saying, I think you should come. You're going to typically, what I've seen from families, get it from third parties. Cousins, aunties. But it's all because, again, whoever holds the authority at the top of that family system. And some of the stuff that people that are guilting y'all about, they already know. They just want to ignore it. And be complicit in it.
When's your next session?
Saturday.
Now?
Yeah.
That would be now.
Only reason why I'm laughing is because that's how it played out for us. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so sorry.
It played out that way. And I think I
wasn't talking about you,
no, it's okay. The reason why I don't mind the reason why I don't mind sharing it is because, like, I know other people do. Like, I have a lot of friends who have watched me go through what I went through with family and divorce and all that, and then they're like, yo, I was just mimicking what I saw you do. And like, even with the men who suffer from divorce or separation from their family in this time, like I was telling my one boy, one of the hardest things ever was to have your first Christmas without your kids.
Yeah,
and people didn't
imagine that.
Yeah, That's people true. Didn't realize how it hurt. But Auntie V said something that later on down the line, I kind of realized that the time of the holidays, you're going to go through it. The holidays specifically, especially a lot of younger couples, y'all get caught in the day. And that day means so much. And now you're fighting over kids and who can visit and what time. When in actuality, what I later learned was, okay, I'll either do the day before or day after. I'll do the week before or the week after. You know, whatever it is to where now I'm creating, like you said, new traditions.
Yes.
And if y'all both can just speak to, because y'all both spoke on it, just what it's like to deprogram the mind of what the actual holiday is. Because we get so caught on December 25th, I better have everybody around me and all the kids and all the da-da-da, and it may not play out that way. On Thanksgiving, that Thursday, I better have every da-da-da, and then if I don't have it, then I'm less than. So how do you retrain the mindset, like Auntie V, like you said, to look at the holistic side of, I'm going to get through this. And then James, if you can add to that part, like the part of how to even start to train yourself now, knowing that it's coming and knowing that you're going to have that feeling.
Yeah. Well, I think that for me, it's been a process because family holidays, tradition stops so abruptly. And so, and it hits in my head, you know, growing up, I mean, you know, it was the holidays were certain things. This is what you did. Tradition. And just realizing that, being aware of it and then reshaping it, repurposing it, you know, and I would say repurpose stuff. And just kind of, for me, just changing the dynamics of what the holiday season is, and what it means to me and my family.
Yes.
So it is an ongoing process of, for me, seeing what it looks like. Every year has been different. But it has grown.
Right.
And it has morphed, and it is fluid.
Yeah.
And so it just, I'll share. This is probably the first holiday that I'm actually decorating.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's big.
Oh, yes, girl, honey. I got some wonderful, you'll see them, gorgeous bows that I had handmade for the windows that matches the color of the house. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Peacock, honey. Peacock. Completely not the red and green and, white. Yes, girl, going a different way.
This is big. I'm proud of you.
It's very big. It's very big, but it's a process. Oh, I'm sorry. So it's a process.
It's a process because you have dealt with so much grief in a short amount of time,
and pain and loss. And unfortunately, I'm not unique in that. I'm not special in that way. And because people are going through things, and it, I think for me, it just highlighted it. I mean, it was just because you have all the fanfare of the holidays, and
the marketing where it's all about family and togetherness and joy,
and and it's happy, and this everything is gay and merry, and everybody's running around, with pixie dust and sunshine shooting out their ass, and so because that's the holidays, right?
Right.
And hot chocolate, and and that wasn't mine. So I think that that's the thing, is that it wasn't mine. And so I had to reclaim it, and had to figure out what it meant to me. And so it evolves and it grows, and you figure out, for me, I figure out what works for me. What works for me? What am I doing to bring joy during this time? It grows. It molds. It grows. It's fluid. It shapes, and you try things. And I go, oh, okay, I don't want to do that. That didn't work out. Right. And then you do something else. Yeah. And I think that for me, that's what it's about. That's it's First it was going through it, and then it was managing it. And then it became okay. It became enjoying it. And for me, that was a process. And it continues to be a process. And it's just part of it's part of life. It's part of life. And I think that's the holidays for me is just that. It's a part of life. I mean, I don't think you can, I just think just probably trying to, as they say, live your version of your best life. And that's fluid. It evolves. It's, but it's learning how. It's learning how to set boundaries. For me, it was like how to set boundaries, how to decide, what you want, what you don't want, what works, what doesn't work. Don't be scared to do that. I mean, I found out that there's just something simple. I found out there's certain foods I don't like during the holidays. I happen to not like eggnog. I mean, during Christmas.
Wow.
But it was a tradition, and I did it all the time.
Right.
But I was like, I don't like that shit. I mean, so that's not part of my holiday anymore. Right. I don't like hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I don't like chocolate. No, girl.
You don't like chocolate.
I don't like chocolate.
Girl.
No.
But you make a mean brownie.
I know, right?
Because I can cook.
Yeah.
And
I can cook.
Oh,
you should have been here.
And then she put the CBD in it.
I did. It was yummy. It was. Thank you, dear.
Everyone
it was absolutely
was real
yummy.
relaxed that day.
It was yummy.
Eminem dance.
Eminem dance. That was Happy Halloween.
It sure was. So
again, it's a holiday.
It's a holiday. And so then James, now how do I prepare myself knowing I'm about to go through? You know what I'm saying? So then now I know that this is coming, and I know I gotta make this push. So how do I prepare myself for the push?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm saying because I think you have to prepare. I mean, because for me, I know it's coming, so I start early. I start preparing early. For me.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
start preparing early. I get, start setting that mindset,
Mm.
whatever mindset I want to set.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I move with intention and with
Yeah.
a purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now it's not just getting through the holidays.
Right.
It's actually enjoying
And
the
enjoying it.
holidays.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, James.
No.
Your
you-
expert opinion.
Look, you're on
Mhm.
it. Radical acceptance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When you talk about reprogramming, I think a part of the thing that hurts leading up to this time is that we haven't practiced radical acceptance.
Mhm.
And what do I mean by that? Is that we haven't accepted that it's very likely for the foreseeable future that the environment that I'm potentially about to go into will be the permanent reality
Mm-hmm.
until I'm deceased.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And that hurts to have to accept that, because that comes with accepting people not for their potential, but for the reality of where they are in the present
Mhm.
moment. And that's not always comfortable. I can say that. It's literally saying, so you're saying to me, I have to accept that my mother is going to indirectly guilt me out of my 4 siblings for not being married or not having kids by now.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm going to go and my siblings' accomplishments are going to get pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, y'all know this. And I'm just going to sit there, because she's not going to say what I have not done. She's just going to acknowledge all the contributions, successes of this other person.
Do you say something? Because here's the thing, like,
Nope.
I got a homeboy who literally every single time it's a family get together, after it's over, he calls me and says, I swear to God, I can't stand the fact that I always got to hear about, my college situation, because, he didn't finish. But he's like, I didn't finish, but I'm still doing great as if because he's a programmer. So it didn't specifically require the degree. And so now he's like, but I get so tired of, because all the old heads have a mindset of this is how things should be.
Yep.
And they always bring this up for him. And he's like, yo, I always feel 10 times worse when I leave.
Yep.
So like, do you address it with them? Because he said he still loves them. Or do you just leave it alone?
Hell up. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Mind your goddamn business.
Nothing's changed.
You leave it alone.
Yes.
And you have to ask yourself the question, why do I care so much?
Right.
And what that gets to is, man, I want their validation on some level, even though I might be saying I don't care what they think. No, the intensity, the way you feel leaving lets me know that you want their validation and their approval, or at very bare minimum, at least their acknowledgement that, hey, we see you. When you radically accept, then you can grieve, which is when we think about grief and loss, we have typically narrowed it to the physical transition of someone leaving, not other realities of what go along when we have an expectation for something and that expectation is not met. We get disappointment. So we have to grieve, literally, like, you know what? These 3 words, I have to grieve that I'm potentially or may or might not be going to a space where I do not feel seen, known, and loved by people, by people that I feel like should have been the easiest environment for me to get that from, because these are people my last name I'm related to by blood. And I can't get these 3 things, which are essential: being seen, being known, being loved. And so when you were asking another question about, people that are guilting you, one of the questions I've told my clients is to ask them, saying, hey, can I ask you this? If you had a decision to make to go to a place where you don't feel seen, known, and loved, feel seen, known, and loved, would you go to that place? And see if they're going to answer honestly. Typically, they'll say, yeah, no, I won't want to go there. Well, you have my answer.
Boom.
And leave it at that.
And on that, goodbye.
Yeah.
But this, if we don't
call me no damn more asking me about this.
A lot of reprogramming is radically accepting so that we can grieve. You always know we're grieving well when we're radically when you're grieving, that lets us know that you radically accepted the reality of a situation, that you're dwelling in reality.
That's not easy to do.
It's not.
That is not easy to do.
I would say it's always it's easy to do. I'll put it this way. It's easy to do when we acknowledge that and this is probably one of the things that sometimes we forget, that no matter how much we do, no matter how much generosity we have towards people, our generosity doesn't fix people's character.
That's right. It does not.
And that's the thing that some people resent about the holidays is they feel like they've given everything, they've sacrificed, and you go home or you go around your family and you don't get an ounce of respect. If you don't accept it, man, or disconnect that, if you're going to do something from your family, do it on your own terms. Don't do it expecting some level of reciprocity and you hope, you just hope they're going to be grateful. No. Again, last 15 times, have they been grateful?
No, because I done bought you them gifts. You don't give a damn about my gifts. But then my sister buy you some.
Stop it. Because I was thinking of somebody completely different where I'm like, it's sad. Like it's really, because you saying that, I know exactly who is suffering from that, where they give, but they're trying to get that validation of like, we love you, or we see you as being one of us, because there's been such a huge separation and disconnect. So it's like, if I keep giving, I'll finally, like you said, feel seen, heard, and loved. And they haven't gotten that yet. So it's just like, well, I'll just keep giving and hoping that I'll get a different result. And you're not. And that's really sad. That's really, really sad. And that made a lot of sense. And I'm sitting here like, girl, you know what you doing? Everything wrong. You should have been watching our show, bitch.
She needs to give herself some grace.
She does.
She needs to give herself some grace.
100%.
And then, what do? You have to give yourself some grace. Okay.
She should have been watching our show. What? Oh my goodness. I can't wait to find out who that is.
Because this is, like I said, it's such a normal dynamic with so many families, and that's what makes it so sad.
But people in general, man. Like that people, like you said, that validation piece, man. And I guess that's a whole
Social
show
media
on itself.
Yeah.
Just seeking validation by love bombing and being and just giving. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? And is the holidays filled with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, because once you start to do what you're doing, Auntie V, like we did it for New Year's Eve. We literally reclaimed our New Year's Eve, spent it with people that just a new group of people, new crowd of people. I was at a driving range, never golfed a day in my life. Like, we did something totally different. And now it's like, this is it.
This is our fun. This is our family tradition.
This is it.
Like, while you're there, and the feeling that you have
when you leave.
This is what I want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we still talk about it. Like, remember when we did such and such? That feeling is what I know, me personally, I'm trying to reclaim. And I think a lot of people are, because the holidays have been so tumultuous, where it's just like, here we go again. And like you said, then you have the pressures of social media. If you're not in a relationship, if you don't have kids, if you don't have this certain type of job, if you don't
give her a certain type of gift,
a certain type of ring,
Kay's Jewelers is the devil. They make everybody feel like they're the worst.
So Kay's,
it's just a great marketing plan.
Yeah, great marketing, but their diamonds are trash. So I was
about to say, please don't ever buy from Kay's. They're junk.
They sell moissanite, so yeah.
Okay.
Don't buy from Kay's.
I
do know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
But their marketing makes you feel like if you don't buy that ring, that you just didn't you didn't qualify for this year.
Yeah. Or if you don't get get it from De Beers, who's the biggest, huge, the hugest distributor of diamonds. Then then it's not a diamond. I mean, you didn't get it from them,
right? And that's the pressure. You know?
Reclaim. You have to reclaim your holiday.
You have to,
and you have to. Sometimes you have to reclaim it and redefine it. You know.
And it's okay, because the one thing I do want you guys to understand is family isn't blood. It's your community. You make whomever it is that makes you feel good, like James said, before and after and during. If those people really make you feel good in the moment, that's your family. You know, like not the people who sitting there trying to guilt you because Big Mama and Uncle Buck and all them want you to come just so, like you said, they're gaslighting you, they're manipulating you, and they're literally throwing their trauma onto you. So now you're seeing things a full circle and nothing has changed. Everyone has just gotten older, you know. And then the other aspect that I'm seeing a lot, you know, with us and with other families is where you go back and, like you said, they don't know who you are anymore. So they want to treat you like they see you. Yeah, the last time they seen you, which was a child.
So that when I talk about grieving, that's one of the parts is that you have to grieve. Like, man, that these people have not been a part of my growth process, and they have not seen my evolution. And so sometimes we are expecting people to acknowledge a growth that they didn't participate in, that they never saw, and that we hope them to see just in our physical presence. You know, you may have cut your hair or switched something, you may have lost weight, done that. And it was like, oh man, yeah. But all the internal growth, none of them, they can't see that. And then some,
I should have had you as like my interpreter when I talked to my mom at the end, because that's what I meant.
Okay.
Because what I said was, and I mean, people, you have to know that when we articulate these things specifically about our family, it's not just, you know, everybody goes through it, but not knowing how to articulate your emotions at the time is key, because people hang on to your words. When I said our family don't rock with us like that, it was because of what you just said.
yes.
We have transitioned and we're watching people who have been stuck for years.
That's so sometimes we're not sometimes afraid of going back because of this dysfunction that would be on the surface, because it's like sometimes it could be hostile. What sometimes is really underneath that is we grieve that when we go back, we see people still in the same place.
Right.
And it reminds us that, man, 20 years has went
This is
by,
what y'all still on?
Yeah.
and you have not grown.
That's the physical manifestations of all of that. You know, that's how it shows. That's how, and in verbal confrontations and because they are, bless their heart.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of those bless your heart moments.
Right.
And that's essentially where you get to mentally. Where you're just like, bless your heart.
Yeah.
But I don't want to deal with
But
that.
then you have to I feel like you have to acknowledge that, okay, that's where they are. And then you have to choose. You have to choose to step away from it, or, you know, politely. Because if you're physically there, and then you know this, and it starts.
Oh yeah.
Then you have to have the wherewithal to say, you know what, okay, you know what, grandma, grandpa, whatever, I understand. I get you. I'm gonna have to leave but I understand where you are. I do. I understand where you are. But now I'm gonna go to Pookie's house, and I will see you when I see you.
Look, and the reason why, this is the part that hurts, is that you know people have the information that can set the record straight, and people are choosing to be silent. That's what we have the hardest time following. It's like we know all this stuff can be deaded if you just say.
Y'all niggas just want to say what's up.
Well,
I ain't want to say what's up. Now y'all don't want to talk to nobody. Because I called it out early in the game.
All right.
Well,
all right.
but you know, you
just saying.
You can only change yourself. You can't change. You can't change other people, especially if they don't want to. I mean, you just can't.
Right.
That I feel like that's like beating your head up against the wall, and you know, and expecting not to come back bloody. You know, from an inanimate object. You just keep doing it though.
And see what everybody's talking about up here. I'm gonna promise y'all, I don't have a problem being transparent at all. I had to literally do these things for myself. A part of me and my self-care was realizing where I was at with my kids, right? Yeah. So like you're talking to a guy who, when I moved to North Carolina, I had to figure out how does Christmas and Dad look now? So how does recital look when you got a dance recital that you got to go to and all that other what does this look like now? What is the narrative and how do I play that part? Right. Then you're like, okay, well, I'm getting older now and I am so tired of this shit here because I don't, for 364 days, I live this way. Why am I changing for this day? Yeah. I don't want to do that. And so let's talk about what this looks like. Well, no, we ain't doing that. Literally, my mother told me we don't talk about the past. It's
Mhm.
over. It's done. I'm not talking about that no more.
Not knowing that the past is why everyone acts the way that they do, because
Right.
there's still so much unresolved trauma and
so
hurt.
And so this
There's
woman
so
is now,
much.
this woman, like you said, you're gone off of this earth with the answers.
Yeah.
And now some of those answers may never get told. And so now, like you said, Auntie V, now you got to look at the holidays and totally spin this.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, because when people pass away, you know, you can always ask questions, but the truth is at some point you have to put a period at the end of that sentence. At some point you have to. At some point you just have to resolve it for yourself.
Absolutely.
For yourself, because you're not going to go anywhere.
Right.
You're not going to evolve. And that's the sad part.
Right.
If you don't.
Right.
If you don't do that.
I think
Because
the
then you're
biggest-
stuck too.
I think the biggest thing you said tonight, and I hope people go with it, and James adding content around it as well, is the holidays are going to come and go. You have to go through
so
it
fast.
They
like
are.
before you know it, it's January 3rd, and all that's behind you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Because you for me, I mean, you know, I know it's coming. I got to breathe through it. And while I'm breathing, I'm now learning to have some fun with it and to reshape it, to reclaim it.
Choosing what you're focused on.
Yeah, we have to. You have to, or you won't survive it.
No,
you won't
No.
survive many of them.
Survive the holiday.
You will not survive the holidays.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
And like you said, doing what makes you happy.
Oh, you have to.
Last year, I stayed in bed and watched The Walking Dead and decided when I wanted
Christmas?
to. Yeah, decided
Okay.
when I
I was
wanted
gonna say
to
you were
interact
with me
people.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was with you.
Yeah.
But for Christmas, literally, I just stayed in bed, and when I felt like I wanted to get up and interact with people, that's when I did it, and I had a damn good time.
Well, I told you, you can come on
And
my
can.
house. Yes, But you know my rule. There's only one rule.
Onesie. Got it.
Yeah, you gotta have a onesie. If you come over Christmas Day, you gotta have a onesie.
You ain't gonna see me in that
That
get up.
would be hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Not going to.
Oh,
If it does,
Well, you know what?
I
Just
know you don't.
just something comfortable
Oh, no, I got that.
with house shoes.
I got that. I can do that.
Okay.
But a onesie,
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
I don't know if I
Because not
do that.
everybody can pull off a onesie.
No, I'm out here looking
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't know if you can pull
like
that
Uncle
off.
Fester. I
I
like
don't know if
that.
you can pull that off because
No,
not everybody
it's not
can.
But I got the robe. I got the
see?
Mufasa robe.
See, there you
Got
go.
that.
See, reclaim your time.
That- and see that's
See?
and that's what we really were trying to get to with this is reclaim what the holidays actually mean to you.
Yeah.
Because then what you'll find out is some traditions you keep, like for example, my father's music, keep that in my mind. That'll never go anywhere.
Absolutely.
We'll play it. And you start to dismiss things. I've noticed I drink a lot less during the holidays because the holidays were only about drinking and having a good time. But that good time always ended crazy because
Unresolved
people were
trauma.
drinking.
And
Well, 'cause,
unresolved trauma.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah.
The drinking they thought was going to help us cope with it.
something, nah.
yeah.
Somebody done went crazy and said something crazy.
Well, it drops those inhibitions. So you know now it's on.
Yeah, now it's wrong.
Now it's on.
Now, all the people coming out.
Now we gonna next thing you know we playing spade. Well,
No, you're right.
Bid whiz
Playing
where I
spades,
am.
I was gonna say.
Pave the bid whiz,
Yeah.
and now we trying to
Somebody
make
throw it something
trying to
on the
make
table
decks and
crazy.
Now we're going
That's
crazy.
why your Aunt Pookie ain't your real daddy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why you're asshole. And you start standing up and doing.
That's why your cousin's your brother. Oh shit! Wait a minute. What?
And on
You
that
heard.
note, all right,
Yes.
be blessed. Everyone have a good holiday.
That's what you have to.
That's why your damn cousin's your
to-
brother. Y'all don't see how
you
much
have
y'all
to
look
do it.
alike. You'd be like, wait a minute. I just said I had 4 books.
Yeah.
What the hell you talking about?
Self. Yes.
Go ask your grandma for your birth certificate.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She's been holding all this
'cause-
time.
and it's a real thing. Like I said, I do. I think you just have to reclaim it. And shape it and mold it and have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. Because and whatever that looks like for you.
Right.
And indulge in some self-care, people.
Oh God, yes.
Some healing.
I promise y'all, because when I can't golf a lick, I literally just went out there with some clubs and said, I'm gonna figure this out. And had a good ass time.
I did that. I did that.
I was
It was-
frustrated at first, but I
Oh
had a
God,
good
it was
ass
fun.
time.
I tell you what, during what? It was during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
After Kenneth passed away.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my ass to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was one of the golf capitals of the world.
Yeah.
And yes, went downstairs and little lady said, I said, listen, I told her my situation. I said, I don't know. And she was like, well, why are you here? And I said, well, I came for the water.
Mm-hmm.
She said, don't nobody come here for no water. She said, we come here to golf.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, golf? Literally. And she was like, you know what? Let me make a phone call. And took golfing lessons, took golf club for the week, had the best time of my freaking life. Have golf clubs now cut down to my height because I'm an inch and a half from norm. So I had them cut.
Yeah.
So I get it. I go out there, hit balls.
Yeah.
No, they just be flying everywhere.
Yeah.
But you're having fun.
But I'm enjoying
You're
myself.
reclaiming
People
your
laugh
time.
at me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm hitting all over that place. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Because I'm out there just having fun. I'm a lefty, so
Yeah.
which means I'm at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, we at the end. So we're gonna be at the end
Yeah.
of the road.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there just giggling my ass off, just
And
hitting
have
balls
a
anywhere.
Great time.
Or like when you
Mhm.
make you hit that bing,
You finally hit
you get a
one.
hook one.
Yeah.
you go, yes.
Yeah.
And people are like,
Yeah.
what you doing over there?
But it's so important because, like
But
you
it's
said, you're having that
fun.
moment. Those are new memories. You're enjoying yourself. You're reclaiming your time. So
Hook up with me, honey, because every now and again, like I'll go to State or wherever golf club,
Yeah.
wherever. Yeah, I just go out there and hit some balls.
Me too.
I'll do it in a heartbeat.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a stress reliever too.
It is. Like I literally
Mhm.
had anything that requires me to have that much thought to where I'm not thinking anything else. I'm like, no, this is it. Because I'm so focused and so competitive. I'm gonna get this. But not in a way that I'm like beating myself up or anything like that. Like I literally was out there having a good time.
Yes.
Like, okay, so now for me this year, I'm not saying we're going golfing, but I'm looking for that good time. We played spades and
we had
everything.
wine tasting.
We had wine
Mhm.
tasting.
Yes.
We had a time, and that was our New Year's Eve, which New Year's Eve sucked without our parents because there was a
Yeah.
tradition.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But we finally discovered something
Mhm.
new, so it's like, all right,
I still carry my traditions though. They've not failed me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I had a tradition listening to Mariah Carey sing,
really?
Mariah sing off key for
Oh.
years, and now that's gone. I mean, so now I gotta have a new tradition.
But one thing I always do is put my wallet out on outside, so it allows money to flow in, and it has not failed me. So
I try
I
to.
guess I
try
have
to
a
touch
job, so
water.
it works, but I
Really?
don't know.
Yeah, to wash out 1 year and bring in the other.
see, now that's why I wash clothes.
I don't wash no clothes now.
No, you don't wash clothes.
No, I wash clothes not on New Year's Eve or
That's what
New
I'm
Year's
saying.
Day.
Yeah, I always wash clothes on me.
No, you got touch. You got to touch some water.
Hmm.
Wash it out.
Well, you are successful. So water, you say? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Water.
I mean, water. It's cleansing.
Mm.
It's cleansing.
We won't be touching some
just,
water.
just like black eyed peas, and
No, and I hate black eyed peas.
I know. Well, I don't dislike them, but and greens.
I do my greens, I do beans, and I do some sort of pork.
All traditions now.
No, not at all. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So reclaim your time.
Yeah.
Find out what makes you happy,
Absolutely.
and please do not put yourself in a situation where you do not feel seen, heard, and loved.
I love.
Yeah.
Oh.
Give your social medias.
Oh, yes. Mine is thehealingconsultant.com, the Healing CBD. I am now on TikTok.
And is
Auntie V
And she
CBD.
is.
Oh, yes, honey. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. It's a
I love it.
thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
and get y'all some products.
Oh,
Yeah.
please.
In case
Get
you
yourself some.
do want to subject yourself to that sort of craziness, get you some
Well,
oil
yes.
and
Well,
lotion. Mm-hmm.
I say
gummies.
this. If you're going to do it, honey, practice some love, some healing, and I mean, really,
Mm-hmm.
because you're worth it. Spend some time with yourself. I know it sounds like a commercial, but you're worth
But
it.
You're worth it.
You're worth the time and the energy.
Oh, please.
You are, honey.
Mm.
That's what it's about.
Mhm.
Work it.
Eminem.
Eminem dance. We claim. I mean, seriously, I really do. I
Mhm.
really feel strongly about
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
because I understand, and I'll do seriousness.
Mhm.
I understand the grief, the pain,
Yes.
and the stress of holidays.
Mhm.
I mean, that's the basis of of the company
Mm-hmm.
is out of that grief and pain, and the Healing Consultant was born. And that's part of the reason. That's part of helping you manage those stressful times in your life. But understand that it is, I always say this, it's just one of many tools that you need to use for self-love and and self-care and self-respect, because it's yours. You got to claim it.
Boom.
James Perkins.help. You can reach me on Instagram, James Perkins Inspires. Hit me in my inbox, but I'm here. Holla at me.
All right.
It is.
And we are not going to be on tomorrow.
We're going to network tomorrow.
Because we got a network tomorrow. We have a networking event. So
I'm coming.
Oh, right.
So we got to go do that. So if we don't see y'all until when?
Yeah, because the holidays is next week, so we're not gonna be here.
Yeah, we're enjoying our holidays, so we won't see y'all till after that. So
yeah, because
y'all be good.
Yeah,
and
Friday
we play this because we need a break. All right, TDS Radio, our voice, our culture.
But we love y'all. Bye, cousins.